Welcome back. It's your boy Z2P with another episode of Three Ps in the Pod. And I'm up late tonight after watching the Suns and Thunder game. We gonna get into it a little bit later. But yeah, these past few nights been feeling like a movie in the NBA. Ain't gonna cap. Like it's been one of those. It's been one of them nights. You feel me? This been one. It's been them playoffs. Like they been good. You got your boy Scoot Henderson. He been going nuclear. Wemby going backwards. He went out, but he did win the DPOY. KD playoff drought still trailing. Is going on a historic run right now. Like I just can't believe it. KD. I mean, we gonna get into it. Detroit resurrecting itself as a contender, especially after the game one flop. And VJ Edgecombe has arrived. Him and Maxey showing up to the party against the Celtics. Chet putting the league on notice tonight, especially. Like I said,
Playoff basketball. I don't like you. You don't like me.
the Spurs
Look at
versus the Trailblazers game.
Oh,
Last
yeah.
night was a good game. Denny Avia had a good game last night, but we're not gonna get on Denny Avia right now. We're gonna talk about my boy Scoot Henderson, who showed out last night. He had 31 points, 11 for 17 field goal, 5 for 9 from the 3-point. Like he had 5 threes last night. He was really going out, getting into his bag. Portland tied the series in his game. This is really interesting because it has Scoot Henderson really put it together? Has he really arrived? Has Scoot Henderson arrived, and especially at this moment right now, playing the Spurs, number 2 seed in the West right now, and he's putting up a 30-point performance in this game in the playoffs. Like I said, this is the most complete game of his young career by far. And efficient scoring, confident shooting, aggressive mindset, and he was controlling the pace. He's reading the defenses better, not forcing drives. He's taking rhythm threes and attacking mismatches. Spurs had no answer for his downhill pressure. And I'm reading off of my notes because I was taking notes from these games. Scoot averaged under 40% from the field goal for most of this season. This efficiency spike is a major development for the young star. Portland's rebuild hinges on him becoming a guy, not the guy I say, but a guy in the lineup. Tonight looked like a preview of their future, of their future for him. And like I said, just shout out to Scoot Henderson, an amazing game last night. Like I said, confidence shooting.
Jump there. Was there a moment that pretty locked in from the opening jump there? Was there a
And
moment?
the reporter asked him a question. He asked him, "You were pretty locked in from the jump right there," and this was his response. Yeah, it was a little cocky, but I'm gonna give it to him. He showed that last night.
That you felt it pre-game, locker room, warm up, during the game? When did you realize you had it tonight?
When I woke up.
What elaborate? What went through your mind? What, you woke up and did what?
I woke up,
He woke
brushed my
up.
teeth,
That's what he did. He woke up this morning. He knew it since the jump. When he woke
went
up this
downstairs,
morning,
got
he
dressed
knew
for shoot around. I say right after I brushed my teeth, going downstairs. Yeah.
So why then?
Downhill, play hard.
because he just knew. It's crazy because the Spurs, like I said, the Portland Trailblazers end up tying this series. Now the series is at 1-1. Third game is headed back to Portland. And the Trailblazers did post on social media, could Dame come back? Just ask the questions. And it's really a scary talking point. Something scary to think about, honestly, because if Dame come back, they could really go on a run these playoffs, especially if Wemby is looking it, being honest with you guys, Wemby is probably gonna play Game 3. Like just being honest, Wemby is gonna play Game 3, even with the whole concussion protocol. Game 3, the concussion protocol is like 48 hours. Game 3 was like 72 hours at that point. And like I said, the type of guy Wemby is, the kind of pride he plays for, not just for himself. I believe he has the chip on his shoulder for his country. The type of player he is, Wemby is going to go out there and perform. It's just going to be a hard, grinded out game for the Portland Trailblazers, and they can do it. They have players like Donovan Clingan. They have a young, proven vet in Drew Holiday. He keeps the guys in check, helps take them young guys there, and of course players like Scoot Henderson, like I just said, had an amazing game. They have a bunch of young talent over there. Shaden Sharp, Tamani Kamara, Scoot Henderson, Donovan Clingan. And if I'm leaving off anybody, please excuse me. It was a lot going on. It was a lot of incredible games last night. But yeah, the Spurs are not even with these Wemby situation, they're not in bad time right now because they just had the first unanimous defensive player of the year. Wemby just won the first unanimous defensive player of the year, and it's actually crazy because he's such a young star, he's such a young talent, and he's also the youngest player to win defensive player of the year. He was supposed to win it last year, but he got hurt. So shout out to Victor Wembanyama. Um, Also, the Spurs had Keldon Johnson to take home the Six Man of the Year trophy. So shout out to Keldon Johnson. He had an incredible run this year coming off the bench. One of the few bright spots in their rebuilding era. His scoring punch off the bench kept the Spurs competitive in multiple stretches this year. Helped them in the playoffs, especially when they game one. So shout out to Keldon Johnson. Extra context on the defensive player of the year. Only three players have ever won defensive player of the year this young. Wemby is rewriting the timeline for a big man. Like I said, he's the youngest defensive player of the year. So by far, and it's just crazy. But on that, they said that Wemby, per 100 possessions, allowed 10 fewer points when he was out there on the court. It was just crazy. We're going to get into the next game. KD, playoff nightmare continues. He continues to lose. He missed game one, came back game two, and they still proceeded to get that ass spanked. KD playoff struggles since leaving Golden State in 2020. He missed the playoffs. In 2021, he had a second round exit. 2022 first round, and he was swept this the year by Boston. He was still with the Nets. 2023 second round exit. 2024 first round sweep. Last year he missed the playoffs, and this year he's down 0-2 in a first round against LeBron and them. That stat really hurts KD. And Kevin Durant hasn't won a playoff game in 1,081 days. It's crazy as hell. KD hasn't won a playoff game in 1,081 days, and y'all looking at me like I'm the problem. Like it's not me, P. It's not me. I told y'all, like, being honest, I had issues with KD. What I'm saying? I just feel like that he could have been more. He's kind of dramatic, kind of a diva. Could have been more locked in on one team, building the foundation instead of going somewhere else that already had a foundation built, and trying to piggyback off that. And you see, after that, it really didn't work out for his legacy or him. They won the two rings, of course, but what happened? But like I said, meanwhile, on the other end, the player he's going against on the other side, LeBron James, is 32-0 in the playoffs when he's leading the series 2-0. So history is not really on KD's side right now. LeBron also has the most playoff wins since 1995, 186. LeBron, and I'm talking about, it's really crazy. I wish I had a graphic. I'm gonna get the graphic, and it's crazy because when I tell y'all this, most playoff wins since 1995, and that's over any franchise. LeBron has 186 playoff wins. The Spurs have 185, and it's the next closest. So yeah, like I said, LeBron still at this ripe old age, still doing great things. It's just wild. But they pissed LeBron off. That's why I said, look at this video right here. They was talking shit to young boys on the Rockets. They was mouthing off. LeBron said, I got to show them something. You know what I'm saying? What is Jashawn Tate doing? Eddie Griffin looking ass nigga with this little ass meatball fast fro. Yeah, I thought Brown really finna stick his ass right there. I ain't gonna cap y'all. Look at him. Footwork. Old age. Still on nigga ass. Nothing but net. That was cash too, y'all. Number cash. Look at KD face. Then look at this. On the young bull, he slowed down, act like he was trying to take it slow, and he took off. Then look at this. Drug test his ass. He's still doing reverse slams. This is fucking wild. Shingun tripping over folks. Prime JaVale McGee vibes. Fucking goof off. Your boy Luka went off last night. He had an incredible game. Had 23 points, I believe, last night. The previous game, he had 27 points. Luka has been a revelation for the Lakers, especially with with Luka and Austin Reeves being out. He has been a vital piece of going on this run and being 2-0 against the Rockets in the playoffs right now, potentially being able to go on the road, win this game 3. Because, like I said, I really don't see the Rockets being a contending team because we have been seeing these problems all season from this team. Just in the clutch situations down in the fourth quarter, they don't know where they're going with the ball. But we all know where they're going with the ball. So that's why it's hard for them to do anything at all. Because you're going to try to force feed KD the ball. KD's going to have 3 people in his area. KD's going to have multiple eyes on him. Probably 8 to 10 eyes on him at one time playing these type of games because he doesn't have that other outlet player to help him take that pressure off him, especially on the perimeter. Because the next best player is Şengün, and he can't shoot a 3, and he can't jump off a fucking Lego, so he's not that athletic rim running presence that you really expect. He's not vertical presence. He's not a lateral presence. He can't move his feet on defense. He's out there Şengün like he fucking lagging all the time. So this, like I said, it's just, I don't know. KD is not looking good for them because you can just pack up the paint, you can bunch things up, and that's how you can make it difficult for the Rockets. You can just jam it up. You can, like I said, double up on KD and make sure that you just tight in the paint. You have all, close down the paint, wall up the paint, and the team done because they don't have any 3-point. I mean, they don't have any really. They have 3-point shooters in Reed, Shepherd, and KD, but that's it. And they don't have a point guard. Van Vliet is out, so it doesn't look very good for the Houston Rockets at all. It's very much scary hours over there, very much so. But another game tonight, they had a historic game. Detroit Pistons snapped the 11-game home playoff losing streak. They have won their first home playoff game since 2008, beat the Orlando Magic, held the Orlando Magic to 83 points. Their season low is they had 83 points in a playoff game. Orlando had fucking 83 points.
This is what we were talking about with him. It's the combination
of like, come on, that crossover. It was just an incredible game for the Detroit Pistons last night. In the third quarter, they went on a 30-3 run. The game was tied 46-46 at halftime before Detroit detonated and went off on that run and started dominating like that. And it just seemed like the Orlando Magic gave up out there. It seemed like after game 1, they just, conceded. It was like, okay, we cool with this guy. We finna go in. And then when they came out there and they got punched in the fucking face, they didn't know how to retaliate. They didn't do anything. And everybody had the game plan until you get punched in the motherfucking face and they look like what is happening. And I guess they feel like they can go to Orlando and clean things up since they already stole the game on the road. But you can't give a team like this, especially this young team, confidence. Like I said, 30-3 run in the third quarter alone. It was tied 46-46 at halftime. It was a really much grinded out game. Orlando only had fucking 83 points. That's some 90s type shit. Tobias Harris had 6 points in the third quarter. Jalen Duren had 6 points in the third quarter. Duncan Robinson had 6 points in the third quarter. Isaiah Stewart had 6 points in the third quarter. Asar Thompson had 5 points in the third quarter. And Kay had 5 points in the third quarter. It was a nice game from Isaiah Stewart. He had a 3 in that quarter as well. He had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, 100% from the field goal. In 16 minutes, he was a real difference maker out there. He had a lot of key plays. And Detroit fans have been starving for moments like this for a very long time, and they have deserved it. So kudos to Detroit. This is their first real playoff spark in over a decade. They haven't won a home playoff game since 2008, and that's wild. But a key reason for that to happen, especially in this game, was the lowlights from Paolo Banchero. Detroit physicality and their defense really made him struggle.
Banchero drives on Harris.
You can tell, like, he was just bothered last night. The pressure really got to him. Is Paolo ready for playoff basketball? Game 1, he performed. Previous couple of playoff series he was trending in the right direction, I should say. It's just, I don't know. You see these highlights, You see how he's struggling. All these misses, miss after miss after miss. They just on his ass out there. It was really nothing that he could do. They had his ass in the straitjacket, just locked down. Like, come here, boy. Like, no. All on his ass. Isaiah Stewart, like I said, incredible game for him last night. He was a real difference maker in this game. Shout out to the young core. Another young core last night that showed out was VJ Max. That's what they called it, VJ Max. Sixers VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey took over last night. VJ Edgecombe. Oh, before I get into it, look at that fucking slam from Jaylen Brown. Stirred nigga down, and he got a fucking tick for this shit. But this fucking this score went off last night. VJ Edgecombe arrived to the party. He go weak out. We go.
To go 14 of 36 in game one.
Welcome to the party, young man. Welcome to the party. VJ Edgecombe had 30 points last night, 10 rebounds, 2 steals, and 6 fucking threes. Tyrese Maxey had 29 points, 9 assists, 2 steals, 5 fucking threes last night. VJ is looking like the steal of the fucking draft, especially being in the playoffs. Cooper not in the playoffs. We seen how Con Napel looked when he was in the 2 play-in games. Didn't look pretty good. But like I said, shout out to this young man really going out. Maxey continues to prove he's a legit number 1 option, even though Embiid is out. It's just good to see this. Paul George just being a veteran presence for this team, not really doing too much, not really being called too much. It's just good that he's letting this young core flourish. I'm pretty sure if they have any questions to ask, he's more than willing to offer his knowledge and experience to this young duo. And as you can tell, they went off last night against a Boston team with Jason Tatum back, with Jaylen Brown, who's in MVP consideration. Then look at Tyrese Maxey just fucking sauce up Derek White like that. Like, that's how I said, this young team, they balling. Tyrese Maxey, he one of the ones, like I said, he's showing that he's a legit number 1. And it's not too far-fetched to say that this series could go to about 6, maybe even 7. If they are playing and Embiid come back and do the right thing, and they playing and hitting off on all cylinders like this, you never know. And I believe that this young core has that potential. And if not this year, for sure next year, they're going to be scary. It's going to be dangerous. And y'all better get ready. And remember that I said this shit. No cap. Remember, come back here, leave all the likes, subscribe, follows, all that shit. Come back. Y'all know y'all love this content. Because I love y'all. I love all my fans. I just want to thank y'all for all the love, support. Everybody who really follow me, everybody who watches, everybody who, push me to keep going. I just thank y'all so much because it's be a lot going on. My loved ones, everybody who close to me, they know everything be going on. If y'all want to, like I said, if y'all want to follow me, no more, just follow the channels. Reach out. I react to the fans. I talk to them. But we're going to get into this next segment because there's more basketball, more playoff performance, more popcorn going on. Y'all know this is my motherfucking favorite words. I love popcorn. CJ is aging like fucking fine wine over there with the Atlanta Hawks.
CJ McCollum just in his bag, going left, going right, making Brunson play catch up.
About Brunson's acting skills after the fact.
On his ass, Jalen he was attacking him, being very, very disrespectful. Like I said in the episode yesterday, the reporter asked him, it looked like you were hunting Jalen Brunson. He said, what you think? What y'all think about watching this video? Like I said, he's aging like fine wine, still one of the most reliable options in the league, still a reliable playoff shot creator. And Atlanta takes game 2 on the road. Momentum has shifted in the series. Atlanta is going back home for game 3 and 4 in this series, actually. And we can see because, like I said, CJ McCollum, he provides a lot of leadership for this young team. He had 32 points last night, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 3 threes, 64% true shooting. He was 12 for 22 from the field goal. And Jalen Johnson hasn't really arrived to the party yet. Not that he's had really terrible games these first 2 games. He just really hasn't exploded yet. Like, this is his first taste of the playoff game, playoff atmosphere, so he's getting used to it. And that's why players like CJ are very vital. Plays like this that he's carrying, he's setting them up getting the young guys involved, putting them in the right spots, getting them in the right actions, keeping them in the game, keeping them engaged. And that's what you need from a veteran. It's shout out to CJ McCollum at this, like I said, ripe old age. He's still performing like this, still performing at a high level, still going off, being this impactful player. Like I said, he out there dishing. And you would think he had more assists last night, but he had six. Those six were very impactful. Some people's stats you would look at it like, damn, I ain't know he had that because it really you can't tell about watching the game. It ain't look like shit, but like he had an impactful 6 assists for sure. His 6 assists was impactful as fuck, especially with them 32 points. It's gonna be that. It's just incredible to see. I love watching playoff basketball. It's been incredible for the Hawks. And this series, especially with them tying it, I believe that's very dangerous for the Knicks because especially with this first year coach, Mike Brown just got over there. And I'm saying now, if he doesn't win this series, I believe they'll probably, if the Knicks loses the first round, if they don't get back to the conference finals, Mike Brown probably already fired. I don't know why he took that job. And that's a hard take. It's a hot take, honestly, because he just got the job. But honestly, you can see it happening because they just fired Tom Thibodeau. He got them to the conference finals, which they haven't been there in a very long ass time, and they fired him right after that. And for them to hire Mike Brown and him not take them there, and them to struggle like this, and say they do lose to a young Atlanta Hawks team, it's gonna leave a nasty taste in front of his mouth, and they're gonna try to fix that mistake. Look to trade probably Cat and start this rebuild over. There's been a lot on social media about them talking about your boy, what's his name, Mikal Bridges. They traded 5 fucking first round picks for that man, and he's just nothing but really a high level role player. But he's only been there. And when you trade, if you trade cookies for shit, that's what you're gonna get. And this all I got to say about that. But he's a good player. Just New York has to lock in. They can't give this young team any more confidence at all. It has to stop right here. They have to go into Atlanta, put their fucking foot down their neck, on their neck, and pop off some shit. Hit them in their fucking mouth and let them know that we been to the conference final. We've been here before. Y'all just got here. That was nice that y'all did in game 2, but we here to take this, and they need to gentlemen sweep their ass. Like they have to make a statement in this series if they want to be legit took serious. But then again, the young Detroit team took them to 6 games last year, and they went all the way to the conference finals. So who knows? Maybe they do need to get tested like this. And this is the team that will do it. They match up well with them. But how C.J. McCollum is attacking Jalen Brunson, then the wing presence that he have, and the Jonathan Kuminga, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Kongu, Zachary Ricochet. I really can't say him because he got a DNP and he a first round pick. He was a first #1 pick last year, and it's crazy to say Zachary Ricochet is not playing in the games. Go get deep into him probably another episode because it's just I don't know. Maybe it's too many forwards over there. It's stunning his growth. He needs to go somewhere else. I know he's not what they expected him to be, but Trae Young did say that he looked like a role player. But I don't know. It's just like I said, this team does match up very well for New York. The wings they have, the presence they have in the paint, the guard that they have who stretches the floor, and then they have a nice bench. It's just it's gonna be difficult for New York. And New York had a good game. No lie, they had some players who came out there to perform. Mitchell Robinson was great on defense. Cat would play well when he was out there. They have to find a way to involve their bigs more in their offense and more in the game. That's where Mike Brown lost his game by not having their bigs in certain stretches of the game. That's how they lost his game. Um, Next segment, OKC dominates again against the Phoenix Suns. The game I was just watching before I hopped on the pod. J Dub left early in the third quarter. I mean, late in the third quarter. What appeared to be a hamstring injury. He walked over to the bench and told them left hammy. And that's not the same hamstring he injured twice earlier this season. He had 19 points in the first half before leaving. the 19 points, and I think one quarter it was the most points he had. Um, he broke one of his own records with that. But it's just hopefully that he is getting better. Hopefully it's not too severe. Hopefully it's just there was monitoring it because he did not come back for the game. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. But anyway, hopefully they just keep an eye on it and because he didn't come back for the game, but SCJ did control the game. He kept protecting his hand in that game. Also, though, I couldn't find the play, but he injured his hand early in that game, and he was kind of protecting it, Henson, and not forcing too much with that hand. He didn't want to play with that certain hand. You can tell because Jerry McCain tried to give him a high five during the game, and he was like, "Whoa," you know what I'm saying? He had to, hey, come to side me, bro. Let me talk to you about that because exactly like what's going on. So keep an eye on that. Like I said, J Dub with the left hamstring injury. Hopefully he gets better. Devin Booker had a good game, but in this game you can watch the refs were not friendly at all with the foul towards the Suns. They got a lot of strange foul calls, and for OKC, they got a lot of calls called for them, even though they are at home. It was very, you can tell, it was like this call right here. That's why I paused the video. Devin Booker got called for a tick just because the ball hit Casey Wallace, but he was trying to save it from going out of bounds. It's fucking crazy. Getting a tick for this is fucking wild. Like, this not a fucking tick. Like I said, Devin Booker had 24 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. He was really not happy. That was on him. Really kind of tough this game. With Dylan Brooks face point at him with the ugly hell, I know. That man big. He's bad. Dylan Brooks went off this game. He had 30 points, 5 threes. He was feeling it in OKC last night. I got to pause it right there. But yeah, Dylan Brooks had 30 points, 5 threes. He was feeling it tonight in the game. Even over Chet, who's guarding him some plays, he shot a 3 in Chet face, I believe. He really was still being aggressive. So shout out to Dylan Brooks, even in the loss. Devin Booker had 24. Jalen Green had 21 points on fucking 23 attempts. Very, very inefficient. Very inefficient night. OKC looks like the deepest, the most disciplined young team in the league, period. Scratch the young. They have really been, extraordinary in these playoffs. And it was just very good to see for multiple reasons. I thought the Suns would be able to challenge them, but it was good to see how J Dub came back and into the fold of this team and really made them look like the unbeatable team they looked like last year and coming into the season, even though he didn't play early on. Wild Chet Holmgren still looked like he was having one of the most monstrous games of his career out there, especially on the defensive end. He was just altering every shot. He was there being a presence in the paint all night. And it was very good for them to see. The Suns just looked like they checked out mentally towards the end. Joe Alt tried to keep them engaged. Of course, Joe Alt kept them engaged, but of course, Dylan Brooks also kept them engaged in the game because him and Luke Dort went at it all night. But we had this quote from Shay right here, and he was giving his flowers to your boy Chet Holmgren.
It's a 17.
I'm going to sound like a broken record, but since the day that Chet Holmgren played for the Oklahoma City Thunder, we've been the first seed in the West. And it's no coincidence. He makes plays. He anchors the best defense in the league.
I think Wemby gonna have some shit to say about that. You feel me? To be honest with you, Wemby just won the first unanimous Defensive Player of the Year award, and he already really don't like Chet. And he talking shit like that. But okay, we gonna see more to come. Hopefully, y'all meet up in the next round. Well, next game, Nuggets versus Timberwolves. It was a great game to the last fucking second. Very grinded out, very back and forth. thuggish, high impact game. In this game, I saw a lot. I learned a lot that I didn't even know I knew. Of course, we've seen this Minnesota Timberwolves team beat the Nuggets team. I believe this twice now in the playoffs in order to reach the conference final. Yeah, they have. So they have been the number one team in the Nuggets' way of reaching the finals again ever since they won the finals the first time. And in this game, Rudy Gobert had an incredible defensive game against him. Joker was just hunted defensively. I believe they figured out how to win the game. Looking at this, Joker is not too far from Shingun.
Over to Edwards.
Look at
Curling
this.
to the rim. Goes Glass.
It was on Joker. SGA.
McDaniels
I mean,
down the
Anthony
lane
Hunter
and
Joker.
one of
Jaden
the finalists
McDaniels.
for Clutch
Hunter
Player of the
Joker.
Year. Nice pocket pass.
Willis
Randle.
Randle. Hunter Joker.
Wolves haven't led since it was 11-9.
Anthony Edwards. Ice
Edwards.
cream.
Hanging.
Hunter
Edwards.
Joker.
Pass ahead to Desumo. Desumo to the rim.
The Sumo. Hunter
Edwards on
Joker.
the drive. Step
Anthony
through.
Edwards. Hunter Joker.
Back tap
You
the
see how
rim.
many points on Joker? I know there's at least about 15.
In the lane, off balance.
Damn near 20 points on one man.
Stops.
You see,
To fade.
no jump,
Goal.
no nothing. Rudy Gobert boxed him out and dunked on him. He was frustrated when he got taken off. You see, he was in 4K, my nigga. And then Rudy Gobert was just on his ass. Like I said, his ass was clamped up. Like, it was just a very telling game for the four-time MVP. And you can obviously see that from being hunted on defense and not being able to do anything about it. And for you to have Rudy Gobert to come in your building and to shut you down like that and handle you like that, it was very crazy. And that's what alludes to this segment right here. Jaden McDaniels wasn't wrong about what he said.
Go out to Jokic, Jamal, all the bad defenders, Tim Hardaway, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, the whole team. Like, just go at them.
They're all bad defenders.
Yeah, they're all bad defenders.
So just to consider that feels like you
All
guys
bad. He said go after all that. It's fucking crazy. When he call you out like that, you know they all saw it. Aaron Gordon already replied. He said, man, basically I don't give a fuck. He not paying attention to that shit. But I mean, you should, young man. And that's why I said shit like that, why the playoffs are always popcorn, because you have those sound bites from players like this and shit. They say some shit. You probably say the wrong fucking thing. Y'all think this the wrong fucking thing. And they gonna hear this, and the way that the Nuggets respond is the reason why this motherfucking series gonna go to 7. In other brighter news, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said, we not going no fucking where. The Memphis Grizzlies is staying here. The young core is no more. The coach is still intact, though, and Memphis refuses to fade into irrelevance. You know,
I'm sure you saw there was a lot of headlines, LeBron's comments about Memphis, and then talk about potentially moving a team to Nashville. Is that on the table at all, or is that just people just kind of running with something?
You know, well, first of all, players I talk to all the time like playing in Memphis. I've never heard that issue of players not wanting to be in Memphis. So number one. Number two, you know, the owner of Memphis Grizzlies, a guy named Robert Pera, has no interest in moving the team out of Memphis. He's made that clear. I think like there's obviously Nashville is a city on the rise. There's incredible things happening there. You know, if it were up to me, I'd love for them to play a few games a year in Nashville and sort of be Tennessee's team to the extent they can. But, you know, Memphis has been a great market historically for the NBA. There's, you know, amazing history in that city, amazing culture, you know, and it's a big country, you know. And so as I look out, you know, at our 30 teams, we want teams to be able to do well everywhere. We have a revenue sharing system, et cetera. But yeah, there's, from my standpoint, there's no reason why the Memphis Grizzlies can't be successful.
And that's all I'm saying. Like, what we was saying from the jump while Bron was talking all this shit. Hey, we not going nowhere. We staying here. Shout out to Adam Silver for saying it and having our back like that. But tonight, these past few nights has been incredible. And we gonna get more consistent videos. As y'all know, college students finals damn near over, and I'm locked in. I'm glad to be back. I miss you guys, and it has been wonderful. School Henderson has maybe finally arrived. Wemby historic career is starting, then maybe stopping. Like it's always this shit. KD playoff drought is becoming legacy storyline. You feel what I'm saying? Detroit is officially alive. OKC looks fucking terrifying. The East is wide open. Wide open. No, you won't get away with that much. It's wide fucking open. And the Grizzlies are fucking staying. Peace.